Most of you probably already know that in the Assassin's Creed franchise, there are 14 mainline games. But in addition to these 14 games, there are a lot of DLC, 2 that might be games but also technically aren't, and the Chronicles games. So for the longest time, I had no idea these games existed until I was doing research for my ranking video when I found out that there are just 3 games that are just sitting there. And I was kind of hyped. But then I realized something. Assassin's Creed is well known for being a 3D game, where you either follow an assassin or an all-out gun-blazing warrior. Chronicles is not like that. Now, the basic gameplay structure is the same. You're still an assassin, you're still killing people, you're still sneaky. But, it's in the actual game itself. It's a 2D side-scroller, like Mario.
Huh?
But I'm not one to judge a book by its cover. Most of the time. I'll talk about you in a future video, don't worry. So I decided to play all 3 of the Chronicles games, in chronological order. Starting with...
I want to be ninja! I want to be ninja!
In my eyes, Chronicles China is just walking proof that they're never gonna give us a Tang Dynasty game, because, bro, Ubisoft has done China so dirty in their games. Like, the only China games we have are this side-scroller and a mobile game which was pretty much cancelled. Damn, bro, put some respect on China's name. Alright, enough coping that we're probably gonna never get an actual China game. Let's get into the stuff I like about Chronicles China. The art style in this game is just beautiful. I love the art style so much. This game literally proves that a game does not need to have ultra hyper realistic 75K graphics to be good. It just needs to have a unique art style that is just unique to the game itself. And Chronicles China delivers in that department so well. Then there's the main character. I think her name is Shahu Jin or something like that. She is one of the best main characters in the entire series. And she barely even speaks. She only speaks in these beautifully drawn cutscenes which look fucking immaculate. I can't resist the urge to glaze this game because, bro. Anyway, Jin is one of the coldest main characters in the whole game. She's silent, smart, methodical, and for some reason she has her hidden blade in her foot. Which is, an interesting design choice, but I kinda like it. Also, not to mention that Jin was literally chained by Ezio Auditore di Firenze, the greatest protagonist in the entire series. And that's pretty much where all the good ends for this game, in my opinion. The story is extremely boring, and I literally found myself almost falling asleep at times. Basically, the story goes like this. Jin gets captured, Templars kill all the assassins in China, Jin escapes, frees her friend, kills the Templars, reinstates the order in China. That's basically the entire game. I mean, at least it's only 2 hours long. Imagine if it was a full-length game. There's also the fact that this is just not an Assassin's Creed game. I know people always complain about modern Assassin's games not having enough stealth, and trust me, I get it, but but in my opinion, there is a line between the perfect balance and then too much. This game has too much stealth. The game over-relies on stealth, very similar to how AC1 did. But at least AC1 had the decency to let you do hand-to-hand combat. And at least that hand-to-hand combat was encouraged and good. This game lets you do hand-to-hand combat, and even has a whole, 3-minute segment. Well, not really 3 minutes, depending on how long it takes for you to successfully pull off these impossible moves. Even once you learn how to use the sword properly, you never use it. You maybe are told to use it once in the entire game. That's it. That's everything. That's all. I'm pretty sure we also all know that one of the big things about Assassin's Creed is the assassinations. I mean, it's in the fucking name of the series. Well, not in this game, because you're encouraged not to assassinate instead of assassinating. I'm just saying, if assassination is not encouraged and you're told not to assassinate, then what's the point in even having assassinations? In case you don't know, the more you assassinate, the more guards you kill, the less score you get, and the less score you get means the less upgrades that you can get. Basically meaning that you're getting punished for doing the thing that's in the game title. And for some stupid dumb reason, this is only in China, cause India and Russia don't have this. I guess they heard people's complaints and decided to change it. But once again, I have to come back to the fact that Ubisoft can't seem to make a good Assassin's game set in China. You genuinely know a game is bad when people use fucking AI to make better China game concepts than what the actual, billion-dollar studio can do. This is just depressing. I can't give Chronicles China more than a 4. The art style and main character are amazing, especially these cutscenes, but the story, the combat, I can't. Alright, now let's move on to
Come on, ladies, come on, ladies.
Why did you redeem it?
Chronicles India is another China situation where there are parts of the game that I really enjoyed, but I just did not fuck with this game at all. So the main character, whose name is Azabaz? I'm too white to pronounce this name, we're just gonna call him AB. So AB is this guy that lives in I think it was called the West British Indies at the time, but I might be wrong. But anyway, he lives in this area in the 1800s, and he wants India's freedom. So he was basically Gandhi before Gandhi. He has a few goals, and that is to free India, protect the people of India, and eradicate the English Templars, which, of course, because Templars are Templars, they are still a fucking thing. Anyway, he goes on a killing spree, killing Templars with this disc thing. He kills a bunch of them, he gets rid of the Templars, establishes an assassin's order in India, gets the girl, and they all live a happily ever after. Until he probably gets assassinated by the Templars for treason. Very similar to Chronicles China, I heavily fuck with this art style. I don't know how all of these Chronicles games were able to have such good art styles with such a small budget and time constraints. Now, I don't think that this art style is as good as China's, but I still think it's really good. And that's pretty much where all the positives end. The story was basically just as boring as Chronicles China, kill the Templars, protect the people, get the girl, use the disc thing, I guess. Same old, it's been used 1 billion times across 1 trillion games. Now, at least the combat in this game isn't as unbearable as it is in Chronicles China. It's still pretty bad, and combat really isn't an option. Also, you're not punished. Unlike with China, you're not punished for killing people, but you're still instructed not to kill people, because you're supposed to be a bringer of the peace, not bringer of war. Shut the fuck up, bro. Look at the title again.
2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
Okay, this game is actually really interesting, because this is the closest we've ever gotten to a modern-day Assassin's Creed game. So, Chronicles Russia is set in 1918, after the Russian Revolution, with the Bolsheviks winning and the Russian Empire becoming the Soviet Union. I'm just gonna quickly tell you the story because I'm not even joking. Basically, the story in all 3 of these games is the exact same. Basically, our main character, who's this Russian sniper, who I think is fighting for the Bolsheviks, goes on a limb and tries to take out the Templars, because they want some artifact and some kid. Anyway, we get the artifact, we get the kid, and the Templars are eradicated, and basically the Brotherhood dies off pretty much. Mostly. It's still around, but not really prominent. Okay, that was a pretty quick and very boring story. I like how this is the only Assassin's Creed game where the combat basically solely revolves around the sniper. Your sniper is actually a really good weapon. You can aim with it, shoot with it. It's basically your average gun, and I low-key wish we have a weapon like this in another game. This is also more reasoning for an Irish Independence War Assassin's Creed game, which conveniently was happening at the same time as the Russian Revolution. Come on, guys, it's just fate. Please give us an Irish Assassin's Creed game. I'm begging. In my opinion, the art style has been basically the defining feature of all the Chronicles games. Now, in my opinion, Russia probably has the worst, but that doesn't mean it's bad. I really like this more noir, black and white, depressing style of art, with the background being full with these like steam factories. I just think this is a really cool art style. It's not as like mysterious as China's or as bright and as visually pleasing as India, but it's still really good. My rating is also kind of boosted because while I was playing this game, I was on call with my friend, and for like the entire 2 hours, he would not shut up about some 2 to 3 years Dagestan or Russia maxing. I don't know, bro. It just made it like 20 times more funny.
Him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
In conclusion, while I do think the Chronicles games are pretty good and I did have a lot of fun playing them, I will admit, they are definitely not my kind of game. Except for Russia, most of these games were just boring all around. And I will admit, the art style in all three games is immaculate and definitely the defining feature. Not just that, but these 2D cutscenes are fucking beautiful. But the combat systems aren't great. These games also over-rely on stealth to the point where it doesn't even feel like Assassin's Creed. It just feels like Hitman or something like that. I do see some people really enjoying these games and maybe even enjoying them more than your traditional Assassin's game. But in my opinion, these just aren't the games for me. These are my final ratings for each game. And I will see you in the next one. Also, let me know down in the comments what you thought about these games. Peace out.